Yo, we got flag on the culture. Aaron, what's the word, man?
What's good, man? Back at it again. Back at it again. Flag on the culture, man. We got some interesting information coming up. Got some great hot topics coming up, man. We got some awesome things coming up. Man, season's getting going. I think it's what week one in the NFL, but it's a lot of it's about week 4 up here in the southern Utah region as far as sports and stuff goes, man. What's some things that you got coming for maybe after season, after tackle season? What's some things you got going besides what we doing now, flag on the culture, coming up?
Man, so still got the coaching program for those guys who want to learn for the DB training, as well as how to be a trainer, how to become a defensive coordinator, a DB coach, all these things, right? As well as also have our DB membership, man. For those guys, man, if you want to continue to sharpen your skills, I know everybody learns differently. Or if you're not playing, this is for you guys who are reclassifying and stuff like that. Definitely want to get into programs. Make sure you tighten up your game and make sure that you guys are always putting the work in. Now, I got some news for y'all, but I'm gonna make sure I share with y'all because you know, we're gonna be doing some things on my end. It's gonna be special, man. But yeah, man, that's what we got going on. And thank y'all. Appreciate all the love to all you guys, man. All the encouragement, man. Make sure y'all check out our YouTube channel, right? Because I know we putting the clips and everything on social media, but check out the videos, man. I definitely people reaching out, and it's great feedback. So we appreciate everything.
Yeah,
Definitely.
man, we're gonna go on and get right into it, man. We're gonna get right into it, man. It's a lot of stuff going on right now. Like I said, week 1 in the NFL. A lot of things going on, a lot of biased opinions out there, man. So man, we just here to give y'all our opinion, man. We just here to, shed light on some things that we find uh in this sports world either interesting or something we like to bring up. But man, we've been playing sports our whole life, track, baseball, football, um, man, throughout our whole life. So, um, quick question, man. Have you ever faced politics in sports or like how do you deal with it? And I want to kind of make this like a three-part question where I say, have you ever faced politics in sports and how'd you deal with it? But also, not only you as a player, but also how as a parent can they deal with that as well? How can they deal with politics as parents, as well as players?
So, man, this is a great question, man, because unfortunately, this is what a lot of individuals deal with. Now, most of my career, from Pop Warner all the way up, right, to a professional, I had favor for the most part. But I did run across some politics towards the end of my career. Most of the politics that I ran into was when I was trying out for the CFL. So for people who don't know, like in order for you to get in the CFL, either they put you on like negotiation list, right? So you're one of their top guys for the most part, or you got to go to a workout. So I went to 2 CFL workouts. One, nobody knew me, but I did my thing, right? And just it was very unfortunate because at the end of the camp, they made people raise their hand or stand up and like, hey, these people are going to go to rookie mini camps. So I was one of those individuals, the DBs. After the workout, I didn't get nothing back from the GM or anything like that. Then finally, they said they wasn't going to bring me in. I went to another workout. This is now, I guess, the UFL or another league was coming back in. I saw a DB. I didn't even recognize him. He was like, bro, I remember you was at the CFL work. I'm like, what's up? He was like, bro, why wasn't you at the rookie mini camp? I was like, what you mean? He was like, bro, I got invited and I wasn't even the ones that stood up. I said, whoa, wow, really? I said, okay. And another time I ran into some politics. It was another CFL workout. My boy, a coach told him to go down. And I told him, like, hey, can I go down with him? And other coach was like, sure. Bro, we doing 40s, we doing all these things one-on-ones. You know how you run a 40, and then after when you walk back, another person running a 40. So the person before you, they can hear your 40 time. I don't know what I ran. They said the dude before me said I ran a 4.4. They said I ran a 4.5. I'm like, hey, whatever it is. We go to one-on-ones, no catches, don't give up nothing. They stopped all the workout and picked out like 10 guys. I wasn't one of those 10 guys, but one of my teammates, he was. But actually, two of my teammates were. And my boy, and people come up, and the thing is, I don't be tripping. I see what it is. People come up to me and like, bro, that's crazy. Like, bro, you out here killing. Like, if you don't, I don't know what to do if you not out here. Like, you the best one out here. So how I dealt with it is I talked to that same DB coach, that second one. I talked to him and I said, what's up? What can I do? He told me some BS answer and stuff like that. But I will say this. Never get upset because you never know the kind of impression you're going to make. When it comes to politics, right, and you can always tell because the other players are always going to tell the truth, right? If you're doing your thing and the players is like, man, I don't understand, why you going through this or that. Like, man, I don't understand it. That's how you know you're going through politics. The thing is how you deal with it, though. You carry yourself professionally and you talk with them man to man. And it's not about you liking the coach or the coach got to like you. But this game, it goes along, respect goes a long way. And if you disrespect somebody, for the most part, you'll never get an opportunity. Never. Because this is relationship-based business. But you can dislike somebody, but you can also, and they can dislike you, but they can respect you just how you carry yourself and how you go about your work. And the thing is, also, you don't need to force certain things. If you don't have favor somewhere, don't go there. You shouldn't. It wasn't for you in the beginning. And this is what people need to understand. So when people want to go to certain schools and when they want to play at a certain program, and the coach is not showing you love in the beginning, you don't need to go, regardless how good you are. You don't need to go. It's not for you. You need to go to places where they truly want you, and they want you to showcase your ability. But yeah, bro. Have
Now,
you ever?
even with the politics though, like even with politicking and things like that, a coach will tell you anything to get you there, right? How do you depict between the politics and the coach just wanting you there?
See, that's the thing though. Anybody can say anything, but Asher's gonna tell. I mean, like we said last week, right? If I ask a coach, all right, man, you want me how much money, and you lowballing me, and I know somebody else in that program who they that in that same position, they get more. You telling me my value already? You telling me already? So and then on the visits, once again, they can tell you anything. At the same time, they actually gonna show. I'll give a prime example. I was on a recruiting trip at Illinois, and it's just me. And the DC was getting there. He just got hired, so me and him coming in the same day. He never watched my film a day in his life. So he called me in the office since I'm the only recruit. He called me in. He said, "Let's watch the film together." And this is at the time. What's his name? Davis, Bonton. What's his name? Davis, who just passed
Vontae
away.
Davis.
Yeah, he just passed. He played Illinois, got drafted to Miami Dolphins. He was just leaving, so he was like, "Oh yeah, you a smaller corner. You know, we gonna play you in the field." I know boundary and field corner, but I never heard because I was small that I was gonna play in the field. He was like, "Yeah, we don't want to put you in this position." How he was talking though, it felt like I was gonna be more so a liability in the defense, more so an asset in the defense. So when I got back home, I already told my DB coach like, I don't like how he talking. Like he talking like this, this and that, blah blah. The head coaches, he like, man, we want you, but the DC, who is going to be the one who will influence how much I play and everything. I didn't like that. So already that was a red flag for me. So that's an indication of how people they talking to you, but at the same time, you got to see how everybody is moving and the energy they're giving you as well.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a good understanding right there, man.
So have you ever faced politics, and then how did you handle it, bro?
Um, to answer that question, yes, I have. Straight out, politics came from my year after I won a championship. Um, Sat out for a year, continuing to get my associate's degree. Then ended up enrolling into a college, which was Dixie State University. My first year there, high expectations, talking through the roof. Um, while I was going, they got a new coaching staff, they got a new D coordinator. Um, the D coordinator was already there, so I think I missed summer ball, and I came in for like fall or something like that. Or I missed spring ball, or I missed the end of spring, or one of them. I missed one of them. I didn't necessarily miss. I was still graduating, getting my associate's degree and stuff like that, to where I wasn't a mid year, so I had to wait until after. So with that being said, I ended up getting to Dixie State, um, coming into a system that I was slightly familiar with, but wasn't familiar with the terminology and wasn't familiar with how he wanted me to play. It was a certain way he wanted you to play in the system, and if you didn't play like that in the system, bye, be gone. Um, so I came back to Dixie State after getting my associate's degree, and Willie Matt Garza was the coach. Honestly, this is one of my biggest learning lessons in football, that I learned, just for the simple fact that I just came off a championship year at Mount Sac, just not necessarily on a high horse, but on an up and up, knowing that I'm going to a university, knowing that I got goals, and knowing that I have things I want to accomplish, and I'm one step closer to my to the ending goal. So having that understanding that mine was locked in, came into camp, doing okay, not so good as far as learning a new technique. Once I learned a new technique, I started a new technique, but by the time I learned a new technique, it was I think it was a little too late on the coach's end. You know what I'm saying? So I did everything I could as a player to show the coach that I could, what I could do. But my first year at Dixie State, I never touched the field when it came to playing corner.
Mm.
Like I never touched the field. Like I never touched the field, and it wasn't because I didn't know. Um, it was literally because a coach recruited a player. He was a freshman. Um, don't get me wrong, he was good, but since he recruited him, his understanding of his personal, whatever they met with on their trips, whatever he promised him on their trips, whatever he might have went to a home visit on, because this kid was highly recruited, but he was recruited as an athlete and was technically coming in to play offense or something like that. So I'm not necessarily saying he took my spot because there was another guy there, um, but he just played above me. So I ended up being like third string. Um, but I ended up getting special teams. I ended up playing special teams, and special teams really allowed me to see like how important the game is. So yes, politics was against me, and the way that I dealt with it was just like, I'm a star in the role that I have. I'm a star in the role that I have. Like I played, um, and my boy Darius Nash is a witness to this. He played with me. We actually didn't play that much on defense, so we was clawing and clawing at practice, making plays at practice, all to come to the game just to be in on special teams. So we did the best we can, and luckily that year we was getting scored on a lot. So we had a lot of kickoff returns. Um, yeah, we had a lot of kickoff returns and didn't necessarily have a lot of kickoffs. So I was on kick return, kickoff, uh, punt return, and I was just giving 100% effort. Why? Because I was fully energized and I was ready to go, and I knew by the time I got out there I could make a play. Why? Because I'm fully energized. I'm ready to go. So punt return, I was doing everything I can to get the ball. Kickoff, I was doing everything I can to be the first one down and to try to get the ball. Um, kickoff return, I was returning the ball, but I rarely got the ball kicked to me. So I think I dealt with it in a business fashion to where at the end of the year, the coach respected me more than he did at the beginning of the year, just for the simple fact of how I handled the situation.
Mhm.
Man, we went to a game where it was the kid, the freshman that was in, he was getting tore up. Like, not to put his business out there or nothing like that, but he was getting torched. Coach overlooked me and put another kid in there. And that game, I had two forced fumbles on kickoff, kickoff, and yep, I had two forced fumbles on kickoff. So ultimately, if you ever in that position where a coach isn't valuing at the position that you were recruited at, or a position that you think that you play, or that you know that you play, that you know that you're good at, um, man, find another position. Special teams is just as important as offense, just as important as defense, just as important as anything. Just imagine if you fumble as a kick return and they get the ball back at the 3 yard line. One play touchdown, game difference.
Mhm.
So you could be that playmaker. Like I said, the way I dealt with it was, just taking it under the chin, understanding that I needed to do better preparation and things like that. So, man, it's crazy that even happened, because the next year I came back. Oh my gosh, I locked in with Coach Ike that whole summer, and it was over after that.
I think
So
it's
it
something
was,
that you said key, bro, and it's the mindset. I think it never changed, and that's what helps individuals get over that hump. But people, they want to, oh man, I never dealt with this. I need to leave. But I will say this though. I will say this, because there is some situations where you do everything in your power on that field, rather you making plays in special teams, and the coach never messing with you. It's time to go. It's honestly time to go. I will say that. I will say that, because this football life that we got, the shelf is very short. We not even talking about NFL, so it's very short. So if you ain't getting no love, I say sit in it for at least a year and constantly be in communication. But after that, and the coach, and you do all you can, and he tell you no, yeah, it's time to go. It's time to go.
yeah, but see, here's the thing, man, because these coaches know how to play the game, and these kids know how to get wrapped up in the game. You understand what I'm saying? And now they've made it to where they only also have one transfer portal window. You feel what I'm saying? And that's a new transfer portal window in football. Other sports, that I believe that they have more than one transfer portal window. Um, but just to get back on topic, it's for me, it's just like, I was blessed in a situation, so I understand you tell somebody to go. So, and you tell somebody, okay, ride it out, figure out what's going on, things like that. Man, I was blessed enough to where my whole coaching staff got fired. And I'm not saying blessed. I'm saying look at what God would do for you in the midst of somebody on a high horse.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy how, yeah, you might want to leave a situation as bad as you, as many times as you think about it, and things like that. But ultimately, now that I'm an adult, I really look back and I'm like, Jesus, my goodness, that time couldn't have been no better. You moved a piece out of the way, put a piece right there to where I felt free on the field. And that's all I really needed. So having that allowed me to succeed and break the record. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that put me to a point to where I was like, man, I can do anything,
Yeah. Facts. So it's
especially with God, if you ask me.
so it's crazy you say that, because I have a client. They went to a big time program as a freshman. They played, like, we talking about significant snaps, making plays, everything. Coaching staff, I think they left. They went up to a higher school. So another coaching staff come in. I'm watching the game. I'm like, where he at? Like, what's going on? I contacted his dad. He was like, man, I don't know. Dad had a new number. I contacted him recently, prior to this season starting, and he told me everything that was going on. He was like, man, he the his son just kept asking the coach, like, hey, coach, what am I not doing? Why am I not playing? and the coach kept telling us some BS answers, this and that. It got to the point where they played a game, nationally televised game. They getting blown out. He get put in. He made a play. I'm not going to tell the play because I don't want to say what school and I don't want to share the name of the child as well, the young man. But he made a play where he made a tackle and he took the ball all in one play. Do you know what happened after that, Aaron?
I already know he went viral. Everybody started looking at him. I'm out of here.
They took him out of the game and never put him back in.
Oh, I thought you was talking about from his dad perspective. I would have took my son out. Like I would have sent that film out.
They took him out and he didn't play anymore for the rest of the year for the most part.
Politicking.
And the young man is asking the coach, like, he asking the DB coach, he asking the head coach, what's going on? I've done everything you've done. I mean, I've done everything you told me, this and that, blah blah. And at one point in time, the coach, this is the parent telling me the coach start yelling at the young man after the game. But now this young man, he's emotional now because all he want to do is play football. All he's been doing is playing football. But now you taking that away from him for no reason and you're not telling him why. So they get into it and he was like, what? You know what? You're not going to play for the rest of the year. And the head coach just backed him up just because that's his guy, right? So how you tell a kid like, oh, you gonna stay? You gonna stay? Now the thing about it, probably if I tell this information, we probably know what school it is.
It's 10 o'clock.
But there was an incident that happened at the school, and it had nothing to do with like the head coach per se. But there was an incident where something happened. That whole coaching staff got fired though. But the young man left already because he was so scarred. He was so scarred from like there's nothing I can possibly do. And the DB coach told him, like, you're not going to play here. And it had nothing to do with he wasn't talented enough, anything like that, because that was already proven every time he got on the field, he made plays. But now you're saying he's not going to play just because he's not your recruit. So like your case, it worked for you because God made it work. He was playing and the coaching staff moved up and he stayed because they told him, oh, you good. Like you played as a freshman in this position. But now when they actually get there, it's the opposite. So he had to leave and now he's at another school. And hopefully, mentally, that's hard for certain kids. Not everybody can mentally go through that strain. And, college football is already very demanding. So, just imagine you away from your family and everything that you work for is taken away. That's why I'm saying for certain situations, some kids do got to go. They do.
Yeah. And then the tricky part is you can't really fight politics head on without burning yourself out. You feel me? What usually makes it better is figuring out what parts you can control and stuff like that. Your preparation, your attitude, and your consistency. What parts you can and what parts you can't control. Some people do. Some people deal with it by outworking everybody until they Michael Jordan or Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Or others deal with it by building relationships or kissing ass for a better purpose, for a better saying, to the inside circle rather than feeling left out. You get what I'm saying? So it's there's no particular way of dealing with it. But like we said, we mentioned this in one of our segments before. If you're a parent who is ignorant to the the sports world, ask somebody who's been through it. Ask somebody who has walked those steps, or ask somebody who has son went through recruitment, or ask some colleagues or some things like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I could give you because it's hard to deal with somebody, especially a coach who hasn't took himself away from the game. That's literally one of the hardest things to deal with as parents. A coach who is not taking himself out of the game, that he can't fully be a teacher because he wants to give. He wants this kid to look like how he did when he was playing, or he wants this kid to run as fast as he ran when he was playing, and it just gets to a point to where it's just like take the ego out and just coach the kid. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things that you just really can't deal with, like when it comes to politics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Very unfortunate, man. Very unfortunate. So going to the next topic, man. We're gonna go to high school, bro. So there's all this information about um, Bishop Bishop Montgomery, right? They have been a top program, whatnot. They just got banned, but it's all started from a guy. I don't know how to say his last name, but his name is Brent. But let's
Brett
bring
Stay.
up the
I think it's Stay
Brent Stay.
or Stay.
Okay, so let's
Stay or
play this
Stay, one
clip
of them.
though. Let's play this clip and then let's discuss, this gentleman right here.
See, it matters. If the kid's nice and he's a pro at about it, I don't know, 50,000.
And would that be like on top of paying for expenses or a place to live?
Yeah, like rent and then 50,000. Yeah,
And that's
it might
usually
sound like a lot of money. It might for the average folk. It does, right? But when you win $300,000 on a bet, okay, well that bet was free for me. I just cleared out, and that's my money for the year to pay the guys. That's it. It's no big deal. But I get it. It's wrong of me, and I shouldn't have done it.
what is the most you've given a family?
See, it matters. If the kid's nice,
So that's just one part of it. There's multiple parts, right? Just for people to get the background of it, right? So this gentleman, he is known for paying significant sums of money to families, 50,000 plus expenses for student athletes to transfer in. Now he is an alum of Narbonne, where he first. This is
Narbonne.
where, yeah, Narbonne. This is where it first started, and then he went to St. Bernard's, and then Bishop Montgomery is where he also has ended up last. Now, 2018, this is crazy because my cousin was actually thinking about going to Narbonne, and then this whole thing happening. Thank goodness he went to another school, but they got banned in 2018 and 2024. And as you saw in the interview, he was a booster. He started making money. He shared it was from gambling, right? And he had some money, so he wanted to help with public schools remaining competitive, and then with private schools. So he incentivized financially players to come to Narbonne, and of course then Saint Bernard as well. And of course, these schools had to forfeit by CIF sanctions any wins that they had in titles. So this just shows, right, that this guy, and if you watch that video, he goes deeper. He's like, hey, he didn't get in trouble because he wasn't an employee of the school. He was just a booster and gave money. And there was he said he got investigated like multiple times, and there was nothing he did wrong. But according to CIF rule book, there was wrong because you can't give money to players for them to come play at a certain school. But what is your take on this gentleman and this whole situation coming into light?
Number one, I appreciate the man for taking accountability and responsibility, saying it's his fault. He take the blame. He retired. He's done. I I respect a man like that. Um, but I also gotta have an understanding of, with you cheating, what was the ending goal? With you knowing that you was cheating, what was the ending goal for this? Regardless if you say you got a big heart, regardless if you say you just doing this just because, you are a it's only one situation that makes sense, and that's the Narbonne situation on why he would give back. He went to Narbonne. So that's what NFL players do. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? All that type of stuff. Um, I think there's a certain way that you can give to these schools without it being illegal. Um, and I just think when you got money, you feel like you have power. So when you feel like you have power, the people at the top have that power with you because they already at the top. So now you put power and power together, and both power want to do negative. That's not gonna last for too long, bro. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you know the rules. This is you knowing the sin and you continuing to sin, thinking that God is not gonna do something to you. So for me, bro, I like it's a fishy, it's a tricky situation because I'm that type of person. But I think I would only do it to where I went to. I wouldn't open up and do it to St. Bernard, Bishop Montgomery, schools like that. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm coming back home and I'm doing that for Pasadena High School, and I'm doing that in a way of I think Matthew Stafford just gave Pasadena High School jerseys. That's the kind of stuff that you can do. Now, nobody will ever know that you're recruiting behind the table. You get what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, if you're competing, you gotta. If you're not cheating, you're not trying. Like in a sense, like if you're not cheating, you're not trying. And he made a valid point when he wanted to say we want to compete with the modern days and we want to compete with those schools. He made a valid point because, bro, it's inner city schools competing with private schools. Dude, we already know what's gonna happen with that. That's just like I think I just seen a clip on a coach saying these FCS schools should not play higher schools or something like that just to be getting blown out. I'm in agreement with that. I'm in total agreement with that. And to be the best, you gotta play the best. And the best 9 times out of 10 is taken care of. So how do we take care of those who aren't taken care of, who just want to be in a position where they can get seen like others? So I understand where he's coming from as far as helping out Narbonne. He went to Narbonne. He's an alumni at Narbonne. But then you got too many hands in a pot when you start going to other like when you start going to other organizations just because you got money or just because you keep hitting the lotto. You get what I'm saying? Like at this point, it's like, all right, you did that at one school. Sit back and let another school call you. Let another school call you rather than you going to this school saying, let's meet. You know what I bring? I bring a lot of heat. This, that, and the other. No, 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 no. Let them call you. You get what
So
I'm saying?
so that's how he got to St. Bernard, because St. Bernard, they found out about him and they hit him up.
Okay, perfect then. See, now that's a different situation. Now, I don't think now, okay, so without me fully knowing that and now knowing that, I don't think that he should be in trouble for anything. I think the whole coaching staff, athletic director, fired. I think everybody on the athletic team should be fired because it's your due diligence to study these rules. It's not Mr. Brian's or it's not Mr. Brett's responsibility to study the rules. All he's trying to do is be a giver. All he's trying to do is help these public schools compete with these private schools. So even if he's doing it in an ignorant way where he does not know, you guys know as administration what to accept, what not to accept, and how to run this ship. So I personally think it's on those schools, bro. Like it's on those schools, and with it being on those schools, bro, all he trying to do is uplift these schools in the area and help the area be greater. Like he's giving back. If you notice, he's giving back to the community. That's the community. He went to Narbonne, St. Bernard, Bishop Montgomery. Like I think these are very diverse, but predominantly majority black kids on these teams.
Mm-hmm.
And where's our culture for our culture?
Mm-hmm.
Getting caught up with doing things for our culture.
They
Why does
flexing.
it have to be somebody else doing something for our culture because they see something?
Yep.
I would rather us get in trouble for that than to get in trouble for killing each other.
Facts.
If you ask me, you get what I'm saying, and I'm not saying it. I'm not bringing it in to be a white and a race thing or anything like that. But what I'm saying is like, where we at?
Mm-hmm.
Where's the culture at? What's going on? If But then again, you also got to understand how stipulations come when you do try to do things like that as a black man or as an African American. Like, ain't no telling what if they'll seize all his bank accounts or not, just because him being a white man in America and versus being a black man in America. So that's a whole different topic and conversation. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, what I'm saying is he's giving back to these inner city places where it's predominantly African American kids, and we got to do better as a people in a sense protecting the cheaters that's helping. Like, if you ask me, like, I think if you got to protect the cheaters that's helping, and get a guideline. Get a guideline on, if you guys going to cheat now, don't allow them to cheat to give the funds to the people. Let them now work for your company. Bring them on to your company or something, like bring them on to one of your businesses, or find one of these people out here to have a business to where now it can maybe be a tax write-off for, I think, everybody. You get what I'm saying? Or maybe a tax write-off for that specific individual. But I mean, it can go a lot of ways, bro. I respect him as a man for knowing that he was a cheater, trying to help inner city kids where it's predominantly poverty. Yes, I respect that. Uh, the school district, the administration, they know the legit rules. They know the rules to they know things like that. So that's where you become. That's where you get your boosters. That's where you get your school involvement that can accept the money. That's where you get things like that, and having fun, the weight room. Have him fund, have him help. Like, he got somebody a scoreboard, he got somebody a new field. Like, that type of stuff, I don't think that type of stuff is illegal. How is that illegal? You got NFL players coming back buying jerseys for their old schools. You got NFL players coming back giving balls and stuff like that. So what is it? He needs to have a nonprofit organization to do that? Okay, go nonprofit on him.
See, this is tricky, bro. First of all, he didn't do anything wrong. There was nothing that he did illegal. Because first of all, what is a booster? Why do each school need to? We talked about how much students bring to the school. Why can't that money automatically go to the football program, go to certain stuff? That allocation, there's plenty of money that the schools produce. All right, you don't want to do that, right? So if you're gonna have boosters, and we know people, we just talked about Pasadena being the most poached city in Southern Cal. We know people personally who have went to these other private schools, and their family was given stuff. How you think they not just going out there just because? They was offered something as well. So everybody's doing this. You only catch them because they win in championships. That's where the issue lies. Because 2018 and 2024, they won championships. Now you saying, oh, they can't do that. But why? You know everybody else is doing it. Now, he probably went about it the wrong way, and I'm sure this is happening today. But they got it structured, and they got it looks legit. But this is definitely happening right now. Yes, you try to make an example of somebody. The thing is, the probably reason why they make an example of him is because he's not buddy with everybody else, and he ain't listening to how, oh, we got to do things like this. He said, hey, this is my money. I'm gonna do whatever I want with it,
The heat
how I
come
want,
with.
however I want to. So, because mind you, these kids in these areas, they're not just going to St. John Bosco for no education. Their parents can't pay for that. These kids are not just going to modern day. Something, you doing something. So let's just be honest. This is happening everywhere. Now, if you want to use him as a scapegoat, that's cool. I understand that. But we need to understand this is happening everywhere else in America. This is happening in college football, right? This is going on, and prior to certain rules put in place. And then my second thing is, If you're gonna have boosters, why put these things in order? Why? Because I'm sure if somebody's like, hey, I want to donate some money to somebody's business, you're not facilitating that. You're not stopping that. If somebody say, I want to donate money into the school district, nobody's saying, oh, that's cheating or anything like that. It only when it comes down to kids and sports do we want to start regulating certain things.
But look, so hold on, because here's the thing. I did read that it got a little sloppy. Now, what don't come out in the light, what don't come out in the wash will come out in the rinse. We got to be honest here too. If you're making up paperwork and you're doing falsified pay stubs and things like that, that's why things are coming up being mistracked and the paper trail is here and there and stuff like that. Ultimately, I don't think he gets caught with his intentions.
Yeah,
I think the people the people that are the people that want his power, like I said, power against power, the people that want his power want to have one up on him. So the situation where the lady went and submitted documents without even telling anybody, but they had all correct documents, quote unquote, is what they had. Now, why did she go and take those? Did she have a understanding? Did she have an end somewhere else? We're adults, bro. You've been working at this school for how long? So you mean to
so
tell
to,
me you didn't know the heat that was gonna come from this if you went and did this?
so to give context to what you're saying, so in these videos, he mentions this, right? He talks about he hired two ladies. He said one that was a legit person who did all the stuff as far as getting a transfer, all the paperwork, like legitly. She wasn't trying to cheat anything. She was very meticulous in how she went about doing her work. Then there was another person who didn't do the things correctly. This is what got them in trouble because they were not submitting the correct stuff and it was incomplete. So this is ultimately how they got in trouble. But he was trying to set up something that according to him that was supposed to be right and tight. It was just because who he hired, the second individual, didn't go about doing things correctly. So just to give people understanding of what you're talking about.
Yeah, so you gotta understand, like, when you bring people on and you're doing good things, everybody don't want to see you and everybody doing good. We know the heat you could get from that, and you know good and well those are falsified documents. As an adult, you knew that. You knew that. And if you didn't know that, why didn't we have a discussion as a PTA? What is it? Administration. Let's just call it administration. Why did you have a discussion with administration that you're going to CIF or going wherever the papers are needed to be turned in, that you're going, rather than just going down doing things on your own? Because I doubt they do meetings like that without a third party.
See, I don't think they was part of the school. He hired them, so they're doing it on the behalf of like the AD.
Okay, so it was cheating going down regardless of anything.
Once again, it wasn't cheating because that's like you hiring a third party to just do paperwork for you.
Oh, was she a part of the school though?
No, they not employees. That's what I'm saying. He hired them to do the paperwork. So it's just like if how Sham, like Coach Ron is the head coach, but Sham do all the paperwork. But if Sham gets somebody else to do it, all they care about is paperwork being done. They don't care who do it.
Oh yeah. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Yeah,
And
so
I think it's the person. The person
you
was
just
just being
had too many
lazy.
hands in the pot. You just had too
Yeah.
many hands in the pot, and somebody got a little greedy, and wanted a little extra, or wanted some. I don't know what you wanted out of this. Sorry, but I personally think this situation here keeps going without her. I think this
As it
situation
should.
keeps going. And look, if you out there doing it, if you out there boosting and you doing it correctly, man, look at this. Look, not even that you're doing it correctly. If you're doing it like this, look at this situation and learn from this situation, and look around. Look at the people you got around you. Look at the people you got around you. No, we're not trying to. You're not trying to cheat. We understand you're not trying to cheat. you have a big heart and you want to do something to where the kids who aren't getting seen now can get seen. Like that's all we trying to do. We trying to allow we trying to allow everybody to keep up with the Joneses. We don't want to know what the George Bush used to say, no child left behind. We don't want no child left behind. We want all these kids up to date. If they want to play sports, we want this to be a sport that they play at the best of their ability. So, man, I'm right with you, Brett. I'm right with you, man. I respect what you did, man. I know there's a different way that you could have went about it with. I know there's a different way that something could have went about. You could have, I think, a nonprofit could have been started, uh, and you could have raised funds for the nonprofit and allocated the funds in a different way to where now it's. I don't know. I think there's different ways that you could have done it, but I mean, like I said, when you got power and when you got somebody that just pretty much, like he said, got free money, tell me what to do with it.
Yeah, man. Everybody trying to control what you can do. This is why I understand, why it matters only when it comes to these kids. Anybody else, man, they ain't saying a word. But yeah, man.
Man, but shout out to Teddy Bridgewater, man. He just did the same thing, and he got signed back to the NFL. So that's just letting you know how good God is, man. He ain't gonna keep his warriors down, and he ain't gonna keep his soldiers down, man. So y'all with that heart, keep that heart, man. Keep going, keep doing what you can, man. And if they want to keep looking at you as a cheater, man, hey, keep going, man. Keep going. You got to keep pursuing, and you got to keep doing it because we know the genuineness that's coming from your heart.
So, man, you talked about the NFL, bro. This was the first official week, man, that just ended on Monday Night Football. What was your thoughts of this first official week of the NFL being back?
Man, you know me, man. I really don't even I don't watch the games. I do not watch the games. I watch the highlights. The thing about it is I like watching the ones I'm close to. I like watching my boys, man. So I'll watch the Raiders and shut football off and watch the highlights for you give me I watch the I was planning on watching the Colts, but my boy ain't there this year. He'll be back. Man, but I just really like watching my boys, bro. So I couldn't really pay attention to stuff like that, so I did only see the highlights. But one thing I did notice is, bro, the ratings. Oh my gosh, the ratings took off. I know that NFL Week One posted the record TV. I mean the record views of in the highest since 1998. Um, and that's just something that I kept my ear open to. I was paying attention to that. The number one rating since 1998 was the Lions versus the Packers. The average was 20.38 million, and this year they got 23.8 million. So NFL making money in season and out of season, bro. The Bills and the Ravens opener drew 24.7 million viewers. So
Crazy game.
and that's been the most views in the last 3 years. So that's something that I kind of like just pointed out. Like, man, they that money is long in that NFL, man. That's one thing I can tell you. And these dudes is out there running like chickens with their head cut off, and you got guys like Jerry Jones who holding crumbs. To him, that's crumbs. If you ask me, you feel what I'm saying? So, like, man, y'all gotta. I can't tell them what to do. If I start saying something, they might try to fire me, and I ain't even on nobody's team.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but what you think? Let me get your take on week one, bro. That's all I got. I say the ratings was outrageous. The ratings was off the Richter scale. You feel me? So I like that. But I know you break it down. You know what I'm saying? I know you break it down. You watch it. I do only watch, like I said, my guys, but I do watch my position though. So I think our position, we got a hot topic on our position, man. It's some guys out here that's kind of. What's your spill on week one, man? Tell me before I spill something else out.
So my first one, I don't like watching NFL compared to college, and the reason why is too many timeouts, too many advertisements, too long. You're not even watching the game. That's the first thing. I've been saying this for a while. There's actually a video out where a guy breaks down how I think a football game is like 2 to 3 hours, but you're only watching like 15 minutes worth of football. He broke it down to science. And like you said, they making money. Hey, I'm not, it's just when you know, like, you want to watch the game as a purist, and it's just like, man, I'm not even watching the game. I can't even be tuned in because it's just taking too long. So that's the first thing. Two, though, man, there was really two games that really caught my eye. It was, I'm a Raider fan, and not really gonna talk too much about them, but it was the Ravens and the Bills, because we talked about the Ravens prior. We can bring this clip up where I said the Ravens gonna do what the Ravens do. They always beat themselves in the end. And as you can see, they gave up a 15-point or 14-point lead at the end when they was truly dominating that game. So that truly stood out to me. And then as far as the coaching staff, I think the coaches put the players in a bad position because you're trying to be so safe rather than winning the game. You're not trying to lose the game. So that's one.
Bro, we players, bro. We are players, bro. Bro, we are players. This being an organization, you have the Lamar Jackson ability to call what you want and execute in that fashion. Now, I think the last couple of years, Lamar been taking his foot off the pedal, bro.
But I'm not even talking about offense. I'm talking about defense. So just imagine this. Say you in a rhythm, and then you kind of stop, and then you trying to turn it back on. The rhythm is over now. The momentum has changed. But as a defense, you was getting stops, y'all was getting turnovers. Now you trying to ease up and everything like that.
Balloon. Yeah.
So, and then at the same time, this is what I understood. It comes everything to coaching. Football players, we are soldiers. You cannot, for the most part, it's certain players like Troy Polamalu, Ed Reed, they did their own thing. If another player do that and they not the guy, they're getting cut. You can't, it's only certain guys who can do that, who got the luxury to do that. You may know where the player's going, but your check don't reflect that. You don't do what they tell you to do, you not playing or you gone. So you got to follow orders. And regardless if your general, your offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator is calling a bad game, you got to do that. And I'm very unfortunate. And
right.
this is why.
Systematic, man.
So you got to understand these things. Now, going back to Detroit and the Packers, this game caught my eyes. And I wanted to see because I said before the year started, I said, I don't know if Detroit was going to be the same. They lost their offensive coordinator and they lost their defensive coordinator.
They didn't even put up points, did they?
Sure enough, they didn't put up no points and they didn't stop nobody. So I know it's only week one.
Detroit.
And I know it's only week one. Detroit. Yeah, I know it's week one, and Micah Parsons got a sack. So
no, bro, ain't no week one. How did they come out last year? Hot.
I mean, you can't. Everybody got to adjust, and that's what Jared Goff said, and they offensive coordinator said he got to adjust to the players. So my thing is, it's not about how you start; it's how you finish. So I think the finish is more important than anything. So it's telling though of how you start. Not saying that it's going to end like that, but you can't break habits that you can't break bad habits that you already got. You only going to get better at something, or you gonna stay in it. So
we throwing a flag on Jerry Jones, and Michael Parsons has caught the flag. So he had a hell of a game, man. Hey, I'm telling you, bro. We're talking about that every week. I can't wait till Green Bay play Dallas.
Oh man, what they play him like in 2 more weeks too?
Yes.
They gonna try to have Michael go crazy too. They gonna put him everywhere.
You can't control him that game. Ain't no try game. You can't control that man that game.
Oh,
he's off the leash. There's no control of him. And then the thing about it is, bro, they said it was an agent move. So Michael Parsons is out of it. He like, look, I got this. Let me handle this. I'm gonna handle this side of this. You just play football. So technically, Michael Parsons can't say nothing.
I think he's in a better situation.
Come to me and tell me I'm about to negotiate you a deal for some more chili. I'm gonna say where the beans and the cornbread at.
And of course he got compensated, but as far as a football, like they actually are a better team than the Cowboys. Like
Yes, bro. And it
they,
was a dumb trade, bro. Like, did Kenny Clark play?
yeah, Kenny Clark is a baller.
Yeah,
UCLA bro.
I'm not discrediting him at all. I am talking about the trade if it was on Manning.
Oh yeah, Kenny Clark is a like 3-time Pro Bowler. He was like one of the longest tenure at Green Bay. He's a baller now. So if you saying if it's straight up, is it worth it? I don't know. But at the same time, we also don't know what's going on with Jerry Jones. But that's the Cowboys for you. So ain't nothing new. Ain't nothing new to it.
Yeah, man. I'm glad to see. Yeah, I'm glad to see Michael Parsons getting his bro. Did you see how happy he looked, bro?
He don't even know nobody having fun out there. Don't know nobody yet. Hey, but I will say this though. I will say this. The Saints jerseys, their uniforms were terrible. Oh my goodness. They don't never need to bring those back out, bro. Did you see them?
I did not see the same jersey.
Bro, they had like a vanilla jerseys, cream with the black pants, bro. They look sickening, bro. they look sick out there, man. They don't they need to burn them. Need to burn them for real.
What they had the beige looking like goats out there.
Somebody said they look like Vanderbilt out there. I said, oh no.
Oh yeah, these are terrible. Yeah, these are terrible. Who?
Yeah, I
They,
don't even know. I don't even know
who
who
did the
gave
Saints
them the
play?
green light. You said who did they play? They played the Cardinals. They got popped. They got popped for a fact. So yeah, bro, you got anything else you want to add to this week of NFL?
Nah, man. I'm just looking. I'm not a first half type of guy, bro. I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna press you up. I'm gonna lock you up. Then whole second half, I'm playing off coverage, and
Yeah.
you're not even gonna know what I'm doing. So I'm a second half guy, bro. I don't like the first half, especially in the NFL season. Like you said, it's just a little too much. It's just too many politics, bro. Like, yeah, it's too many politics. Yeah, they look like running oatmeal.
Yeah, bro, they got to
Yeah,
burn.
for me, I just want to watch college football, and then I want to watch my boys and make sure they do their thing. I always send my boys they love. Um, I try to send text message to them every week. Try it twice a week, 3 times a week. It don't matter. I just try to make sure um, guys is on it, bro. Because bro, I was a ball hawk, bro. So I just try to make sure I send that. You feel me? Send that energy out to the guys. Because my thing is, I competed in practice. I had a guy I was competing with in practice every day all season. So we would go like every 2 weeks. Whoever lose in this interception competition, the next person gloves. Um, so the competition for me only was not only in practice. The competition with me was on the field, like all the time. So that's the biggest thing that I give back, man. I give that back and just try to make sure that my guys is not my guys, but with these guys I'm connected with, high school, youth, all that type of stuff. Man, make sure you are training the name of the game. Please, man. Please, man. Please. Catch that football, shoot that basketball, throw that baseball, catch that baseball, hit that tennis ball. Whatever the name of the game is, get your hands on it and get around it as much as you can. Whatever it is. Man, because that's how you're gonna get paid. I'll tell you that. That's how you're gonna get paid in any sport.
Yup. Yup. So man, the next topic. Is it an athlete's responsibility to take care of their family when they earn a big payday or make it? So we got NIL now, right? Or guys getting drafted to their respectful sport. Is it their job to take care of their family?
I don't know what they do. I don't know what their requirement is for their family. I don't know what they family done been through. My personal understanding, I'm taking care of my family because I feel like my family need to be taken care of. There's a certain point that I'm gonna do. There's a certain point that you get to taking care of your family. Now, for me, to answer the question, um, no, it's not your responsibility. No, it's not your responsibility. Um, I think the give back is as equal as them allowing you to show up for your events. So I feel like if you get to the point where you can give somebody something that they want, you give them something that they want. If you're able to afford that want for them, because they were able to do that for you when they didn't want to. You get what I'm saying? So like for me, it just stirs up a lot of debate. Like for me, like I come from a place where you feel me, we had to sacrifice, like where mom, cousins, uncles gave us rides to practice, late nights, money we really didn't have. So it was a natural sense of wanting to give back when a check finally come in. Um it didn't feel like a responsibility. Like for me, when I get money, it doesn't feel like a responsibility. I know what my family needs. You got me? So for me, I don't feel like it's like, to answer the question again, I don't feel like it's a responsibility. Um, but on the flip side, making it doesn't erase the fact that the athlete's career can always be short. You feel what I'm saying? Like, in the financial blessings that you have don't always last. Like, you know what I'm saying? If if you view me as a permanent ATM, that could lead to like resentment or ruin you financially, or ruin me financially. You know what I'm saying? Plenty of athletes is going broke trying to take care of everybody. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I'm saying, have an understanding of how you're gonna take care of them. It's not a responsibility, but if you're the first millionaire in your family and you're able to help your family out, all right, let's get everybody credit right. Let's get everybody up 700 plus. How can we do that? How can we build everybody credit 700 plus to where now if they want to start something and they want to do something, they're able to be efficient on their own. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the type of person that's just gonna come give you $100,000. I'm not gonna come give you that just because I got $1 million. I don't care. I don't care if I got $1 million. This $100,000 to go to somebody who wants it and who works a little harder than you. I don't care if my brother, my sister, my cousin. I don't care about none of that stuff. So I feel like it's my responsibility to pay somebody their due diligence for the hard work that they've put in, as long as they're around you. If they're around you. You get what I'm saying? So that's my personal understanding. It's maybe the balance is, gratitude and generosity. But with boundaries, like, you just got to figure out how you're gonna support them in the best ways of stability, things like that. Like for me, if let me just say, if I came from a family where my mom owned, if I came from a family where both of my parents owned a house, for me it makes no sense for me to go buy them a house. Now it makes sense for me to pay off their house, allow them to live how I was living as a kid, now free, um, and not necessarily free, but more or less worrisome. Um, I feel like the responsibilities that they opened up for me, I, in my personal heart, will only give that back because, man, that's what I feel like. That's what I feel like I want to do. I don't owe nobody nothing. So I feel like if that's something I want to do, that's what I want to do. If I want to go broke helping my family out, then that's something I want to do. But I also got to understand, how long do I want my career to last? Or, man, I could be an 8-year vet and ain't got what I want. I could be a 10-year vet and not got to the point where I want financially. And then I have one crazy year and then now I can take care of everybody. You feel what I'm saying? So for me, it's just like, man, like, it's not a responsibility, number one, no. Um, and number two, I don't think it's your due diligence, but I just feel like, man, whatever your heart desires, whatever God puts on your heart, once you get to a certain point of financial security or financial freedom, to where if you want to bless somebody, go ahead and bless them in a way that, that that you feel is the way that they deserve it, earned it, or you want to give it. But I personally don't feel like it is an athlete's responsibility to take care of their family when they earn a big payday or if they make it. But what like that's me. You know what I'm saying? Throwing my opinion out there and also having a broad perspective. What's another way you could look at it though? What's another avenue that we could go down? What's another, road that we can maybe think of from your perspective?
So I don't think it's an athlete's responsibility. But at the same time, yes. But I'll say it like this. I forgot the man's name, but he said, why is it black athletes, not even just black athletes, why is blacks, right? When they get money, it goes backwards rather than forward. And what he meant by this is when the person in a black family makes money, it goes back to the parents and it doesn't go towards their future. He said in every other race, it goes forward where the money is going to continue to go for many generations. So, with that being said, right, this is why it's not the athlete's responsibility to take care of their family. Now, I think it's something that you said that's very important. You said setting boundaries, right? And there's nothing wrong with taking care of your family, but it's the way you go about it. Shaq said he put his mom, as an employee, he paid her a salary, so he didn't have to pay taxes. There's ways to go where you're actually you're actually putting your family on as salary, and it benefits you, the person who's paying them, and your family now. But at the same time, I think I heard it today. You should be giving people who are actually contributing something in your life, and you're not just giving them a handout. And the reason why is because there is no pain or there is no struggle that's attached to the financial money that you're giving them. Because if you just give stuff to people, they will resent you over a period of time. Like, well, you should have been gave me this, or you should give me more. So, as an athlete, the first thing you should do is secure yourself first, that you don't go back to where your parents are. And then when you do get there and you're taken care of, then you can help. I never understood it. Why I know some people have never had, the parents never had a home, but why would y'all buy two separate homes? So once you stop making the money, who gonna pay for her home? Your parents' home, because you're not buying that all. Who gonna pay for that home?
Well, I'm just saying with my parents being separated.
But I'm not even talking about justice for. I'm talking about in general. Like you'll see a person. Let's say somebody, they get paid, right, and they buy their mom a home, which is fine. Now I don't know if they pay it off or not. Most of the time they're probably not paying it off. Let's say you
They're
retire in
not
3 years.
paying it off?
Yeah, they're not paying it off because money, like buying a home, that costs. So everybody ain't got liquid cash to just buy a home in the full amount.
Well, if I got 120 million guaranteed signing bonus on the day that I put that pen to that paper, you could best believe I'm going to buy
120 million, but you remember you got to pay taxes on that, so you're not getting 120 million.
Where do you want
to? You got to go to agents, all that. So you look, you about to buy a home
something in the means of what that person wants, though. That's what I'm saying. You don't go out of the realm of how they're living. You don't go buy somebody $1 million house if they've never made $1 million.
But that's what people are doing. That's what I'm saying. This is what people are doing.
No, you don't do that. Like that's not no. I don't think that that's a good idea, but I totally understand that. But if you're not Jay Horn, if you're not Micah Parsons, you're not Dak Prescott or none of them, that liquid cash you should not be spending it like that. Like I feel like if you got M's on M's on M's, man, you could drop that $400,000 on a nice
But
crib.
that's the thing. We talking about M's on M's on M. That's based off your production. So after you get that guarantee, you can get hurt. And so people don't understand when Aaron Rodgers played for the Jets, even though he had guaranteed money, he didn't see none of that because he didn't play. He took an L. So this is just football we talking about, right? Basketball, tennis, all these other things is different. You're an employer at the end of the day with these leagues. Your
Yes.
money is only based off of what you do. You don't know how long you're gonna be doing it. This is why I'm saying, and Michael Bennett and I think it's Martellus Bennett, his brother, how they said he said I bought myself a home first, and then I bought my family whatever they wanted. He's like, how can I take care of my family? He's talking about his parents. He's like, if I'm not secure first. He is like, then after I bought my home, hey, we can get whatever we want. People going about it the wrong way. Now, mind you, anybody can do whatever they want with their money. But going back to the first statement I said, in the black culture, the money going back rather than going forward. I rather my kids never have to go to work again because I was trying to take care of past when honestly my parents, I didn't ask to be here. My mom and dad had me. I'm grateful, but at the same time, I didn't ask me personally as a person to be here. It's their responsibility to raise me. Now, am I supposed to do something for them? Not necessarily, but I'm going to do it because I love them. And let's talk about this then, because you have family members who will try to manipulate you because they did something for you. Once again, I didn't ask to do certain things. I didn't ask to be put in sports. I didn't ask I didn't ask to be here. I'm grateful, but if you're trying to manipulate me because I'm here, that's another issue. Cowboys, long time offensive tackle went to SC Crawford. He had to cut away from his family because they was asking for money. He was a top 10 pick.
Bro, I just read Jalen Carter, they was about to do something to his signing bonus, but his agent stopped them from
Who was
his
they?
his agent stopped. Who does he play for? The Eagles?
The
Jalen
Eagles.
Carter. Yeah, his agent stopped the Eagles from pulling something from his signing bonus or something like that. I gotta read on it some more. Um,
Michael Beasley. He talked about. He said his parents, his family was taking. He said stealing, but he said they really wasn't stealing. But he said how they took used all his money. He was like he was broke. He was homeless after playing in the NBA. So we talking about is it? Yes, I know everybody wants to give back, and you should take care. But I'm just saying you should take care of your family first because you got to live at some point in time, and then you can't take care of everybody in your family. And there's certain people who are very gifted in your family, and you can put them on and give them a job. But some people don't want that; they just want handouts, and you just got to be able to let them go. You gotta let them go. Gotta let
yeah,
them go, man.
yeah, I'm with that, man. I just personally feel like you said, it only makes sense. But for me, like if for me, I made it. I'm gotta take care of me first, girlfriend or not. I'm getting this house in my name. I'm getting this car in my. We doing it. I don't know. I'm not saying in my name, but you know what I mean. You give me. This is mine. This is my responsibility. This is something I own. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I think that's what your hard work. I think that's what you owe yourself. Like, is it a responsibility to give it to yourself? Yes, it's a responsibility to give it to yourself. Others, no, it's not a responsibility. Yes, you owe it to yourself. Why do you owe it to yourself? You mean to tell me I just put all this practice time, all these training hours in for me not to have a place I'm gonna kick my feet up at how I want to, when I want to, socks off, shirt off? Come on, man. You got to take care of you first. So at the end of the day, all my youngins out here, or all the guys out here that's trying to figure out what to do with their money, man, like I understand y'all getting people something of what they want. Y'all getting them the things that they asking for and the things that they want. Take care of you first, though. Take care of you. Make sure you're in a good position, because, like I said, it's not your responsibility to take care of everybody around you, even if everybody around you is inefficient. But coming from a place like I come from, you not looking out for people, you better watch your bag.
Yeah, that's well. You don't need to be around them people
Family
anyway.
or not,
Yeah, you
family
don't
or
need to be
not, you
around
ain't
them
gonna know to
people.
be away from them.
So
So
this is, I think you know what? I think this is the ultimate issue. I think we as people in general, and I'll say our culture, we don't know what to do with the money. Like we don't know the end goal. And I'm about to give game. I'm about to give some game for y'all. This isn't a good word. It says a man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. It also says he leaves houses and riches. So therefore, you're not supposed to store up money for yourself. You're supposed to leave a legacy for your children and their grandchildren. On top of it, you're supposed to leave houses and riches. So this is what we're supposed to do with money. But because we don't know this, we happy we made it. We want to live and do things that based off the past, or we want to look a certain way. When you're blowing it, really the end goal is to leave it for the next generation. You can enjoy it, but to a extent where you continue to pass it on, and they're supposed to continue to pass it on. That's why you have the Rockefellers, what how they continue riches. Walton, who started Walmart, how they continue to have riches, multiple generations. But now it's gotten to the point where after three generations, people are losing their wealth.
or they selling everything that their family and worked hard for.
Exactly, and it's gone. And we know people like that as well. So the whole thing is continue to pass it on, not to. But you also got to teach it though. You can't just be like, oh, I did all this and don't tell nobody. That's why it's being lost. So I think if people truly understood what we supposed to do with the money and things that we got, then it'll help them do much better. But I don't think they understand the end goal. They just want to live their life, which is cool. You can do whatever you want. It's just very unfortunate, man. When you got to start over, man, that's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. So, um, man, what's your what's your thoughts, man? Ryan Clark, he been trending. People been running him through the mud, especially for one of his clips that he said. What are your thoughts on Ryan Clark
You got
talking
the
about?
clip?
I do not have that clip. I don't have a clip. But he talks about, he doesn't believe Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Tom Brady are generational talent. And he said, Patrick Mahomes is considered a generational talent. So what are your thoughts on his his remarks?
I think that he's given a social media perspective, like saying Patrick Mahomes is a generational quarterback because everybody wants to be like him. Um, and taking Brady and Drew Brees out is crazy to me, and Peyton Manning is crazy to me to say that they're not generational talents when one learned from the other and one took. You can't mention one quarterback without. I think it's only one quarterback you can mention and say that he got his own style of game and he you know what I'm saying? I think that's Tom Brady. But that's a generational talent because I think everybody looks after Tom Brady because he set the standard so high. You got me? So I feel like yeah, like I personally feel like he's kind of like being opinionated and wanting some kind of clout or something. Like I don't think that was a serious statement.
Hmm. So I agree
I
with
don't think it
him.
was a serious statement with his experience and the players and people that he's been around, bro. Like, what do you mean Brady, Manning, and Drew Brees rewrote what a elite quarterback looks like over their decades?
But see, I think people are misinterpreting what he's saying. So I agree with him because let's say it like this: if they was all in that same class, right, and let's just put in Anthony Richards and put in Cam Newton, and they all in the draft. We're not talking about their career and what they win. Are you picking any of those players before Cam Newton or Anthony Richards?
No, like they didn't go higher than them, so you probably wouldn't pick them higher
I'm
than
not
them.
even talking about what we just talking about based off how they look, how they move, and how they perform in the draft athletically.
Well, number one, I don't want to be. I don't want to be like yes. I think they're still in the same bracket, bro. I think they're still in the same bracket. I think Cam Newton going first.
But you see what I'm saying? I think he's talking about all the actual talent. He's not talking about what they did. Like he's not talking about
Oh, yep.
he's not talking about stats or anything. He's talking about physical attributes. That's why I agree with him.
But
Nobody
you said generational talent.
their talent. We're not talking about them as a player. You're anybody can have natural talent. Doesn't mean you're gonna do anything with it. You know some talented guys right now at home, sitting on the couch, never did anything. You know a dude who
So
ain't
he
worked
drawing a
out.
line between rare physical gifts versus seeing early versus mastery and longevity developed over time.
Yes, that because you being productive has nothing to do with you being. All right, let's say this: Tom Brady went 6th round because he did not physically look like anything. He ran like a 4.6. He probably ran slower than that. He had a bird chest, all that stuff. Drew Brees they was talking about his height. Who else did he mention? Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning. The ball come out soft. All these things. Now, Patrick Mahomes, he can throw the ball further than all of them. He can throw it with both arms, and he can run. Aaron Rodgers, I think, is a generational talent. We're just talking about what they can do, God given, without their ability of doing
I
anything
see
else.
the difference. I see the difference. I see the difference. I'm in a
This is why I didn't understand why people. I'm like, are y'all getting mixed
yeah,
up with what he's
I got
talking
it mixed
about?
up. You see, I'm one of them people. You see, I'm one of them people. I got it mixed up. So um like I went in defense mode of what I read. Like, do you think they're not generational talent? And I literally was ignorant to thinking everything else. Um so yeah, thinking outside the box as such, bro, I think he's 100% correct because I'm taking a God-given talent developed in the NFL over somebody who gets in the NFL and has to be developed. To me, that's the generational talent because everybody already wants to be like him.
Mm-hmm.
He's getting better, so you want to be more like them. LeBron
Michael
James
Vick,
came in dunking on everybody.
exactly.
Now LeBron is locking up on defense as a 50-year-old. Like I don't know how old he is, but I'm just saying, like it's you get what I'm saying? Like he's getting better with time.
Generational talent. Michael Vick, he came in
Yes.
like that.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever said Michael Vick is the one of the best quarterbacks. They said he's gifted. He's a talented quarterback. He can throw effortlessly. He's
Yeah,
fast,
yeah, yeah,
elusive.
yeah, yeah.
Nobody's ever going to say Michael Vick is the top 10 best quarterbacks of all time.
Yeah, I
They're
think
not going to
Lamar.
say that.
Yeah, you think that about Lamar Jackson too?
He's a generational talent. He can do stuff nobody has seen at quarterback. Josh Allen, another one. They're generational talents. See, if we just go off of God given ability, it's a lot of people who got it, but don't mean you good though. That's why when I was like, bro, they tripping. Like he on the right thing right there. Now, if you want to talk about stats and stuff like that, Man, of course, Tom Brady, Drew Brees.
Nah, we ain't talking about that. We talking because now
Peyton
you talking
Manning.
about years added on top of years, and then relationships being built, trust being built. We talking about somebody who trusted you from the first time they met you.
Because let's be honest. Let's be honest. How many? Let's take this to a different position. How many cornerbacks is generational talents? Other than Dion, Darrell Revis is not a generational talent.
Now he brought back something that the generation was missing. So you can't call him a generational talent.
Name me one thing you physically that separated Darrell Revis from anybody else.
Bro, we can't as corners. We not about to sit. I'm not about to sit up here because he didn't. He just like the rest of them. But what I'm saying is, what he brought back was consistency of man to man coverage on the best guy the whole entire game. I
But
know
we're
it
not
was
talking
already.
about that. We talking about just talent alone. So
Do you know? Do you know how much confidence he gave me? So
so
that's that.
let me tell you this. Let me ask you this then. Would you say Patrick Peterson is a better athlete than Darrell Revis?
Duh.
So would you say that Patrick Peterson had a better career than Darrell Revis?
No.
You see what I'm saying? Everybody would say Patrick Peterson is a generational talent. I'm
Bro.
not saying
So
I'm not saying Darrell
yeah,
Revis.
yeah. You're saying it's Travis Hunter.
I don't know. He is. I don't know what position he plays because I'm not gonna say he's a corner yet.
That's a generational talent. You don't exactly. You don't know what.
Charles Woodson is a generational talent.
Right. When the last time we had a Charles Woodson? Travis Hunter.
But I'm not gonna say because in college and NFL is different.
He still played 16 he still played 6 snaps defense, 36 snaps offense.
But all right. So let's get into this. Do you think there was not other players that could do that?
I think that I just think they're hiding him in a closet right now. I don't think nobody's gonna as the season progresses. Nah, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I think other players can do that. Adoree Jackson, if they kept that going, he could have did it. I think Darnay could have did it. I think all these players who was playing two-way players, if they continue to do that, they can do it.
That's why I think Travis Hunter is a guy. He's a gifted athlete, but to say that he deserved it because he did it at a high level, well, he was given those opportunities. It's all the situation he was in. Because to say that other guys couldn't do it, but they wasn't given an opportunity. So I'm not gonna say, he is the best just because he did it. He was in a great situation, and they put him in an opportunity to do that. Great opportunity. But going back to generational talent, I mean, I think people are getting caught up in stats and what people are doing. Like I said,
Rather than the God-given gifts that the players have. Like, so now I see what you're saying. And I see how it can make Ryan Clark mad because everybody understood. I'm not gonna say everybody. I even had a misunderstanding towards the interpretation of what I thought he meant. So I understand how people could kind of look at it and
I mean, that's how I took it. I mean, I thought as soon as he said, I was like, man, that's a no-brainer. Like, no-brainer. I don't think Kobe's a generational talent. Michael Jordan, LeBron is. I think Kobe is one of the greatest skill players, but he worked. There was nothing that separated. We talked about this. There's nothing that separated Kobe from anybody else. We talked about how I evaluate talent.
Man, Kobe was like on nonstop crackhead mode.
Exactly. If like I said, if Jerry Rice stood in the line and we playing pickup football and T.O., Randy Moss, and Calvin Johnson, Jerry Rice is gonna be the last person you pick. We talking about you never seen him play. You just looking at him. Jerry Rice is gonna be the last person. That's you going off what they look like. what they can do.
Yeah, you don't
Not
pass the
going
look
off their
test.
production.
You either pass the look test or you don't.
Exactly. So that's how I took the generational talent. I wasn't offended by it. I'm like, I understand what he's saying, but everybody, oh, this and that, blah blah. Everybody getting their feelings, but hey, man, everybody got an opinion. I'm not saying I'm right, but that's just how I took it. That's how I took it, man. So, bro, we got we on flag or no flag, man.
We throwing flags tonight. We gonna see what you got for me, man.
So the
What you
first
got for me?
gonna be on sports, right? The first one is it a flag to play one sport?
What do you want out of sports? So I'm sorry to answer a question with a question.
Wait, I
What do
can't
you
hear you.
want out of sports?
Oh, now I can hear. Now you can hear.
Sorry to answer a question with a question, but what do you ultimately, what's the ending goal for you in these sports? So for me to answer the question, ask the question one more time.
Is it a flag to play one sport only?
I think it's a flag to play one sport. I think it's a flag to be a one sport athlete. Um, Personally, regardless of your goals and regardless of your ambition and regardless of your damn dreams, I think it's a flag if you only play one sport. But I understand parents, finances, uh, lack of networking, lack of connection allows the child to only be able to start on one sport. Then some of the parents only play one sport. But that's a flag if your child is only playing one sport and not starting.
Yeah,
What you think? You think it's a flag? You think it's what you think?
I don't think it's no flag because for the most part, there's a lot of kids who don't even desire to go off and have a professional career, let alone go to college in that sport. So
Right.
if they just having fun, and I said this too, I think sports is we putting our kids in too many sports. You can't even spend time with your kids. You can't even enjoy your kids. So I don't think it's a flag at all. I mean, it like you said, it all depends on what the kid is trying to do or the parents want. But for the most part, yeah, I don't think it's a flag. So this is a good one right here. Is a flag for a college coach to sit you 1 year to save you for the next season. So to go a little bit more, let's say you're a freshman, you're good enough to play, but because they coaches know how good you are, they're like, nah, we're gonna redshirt you this year so we can save you next year and continue to build to make sure we have success.
That's a flag now with NIL. That's not a flag before without the NIL. Um, and let me tell you why. The only reason why I say that is because um, things have changed, and we gotta get with the Jones, and we gotta get with the changes. If you was a 5-star and you went to USC and you sat out for a year, that was expected. Low key, like not necessarily expected, but that was like something that was yes, they want you to come in and play, but even if you sat out for a year, it was like, all right, we know what we're gonna do with you after you get what I'm saying. It was nothing for you to have an understanding of what you're coming behind. For instance, um, all the receivers who were before Robert Woods, Marquise Lee, and George Farmer, I think them waiting, and I don't even know if they waited, but I think the timing was so perfect for them that none of them necessarily had to wait. But then again, we didn't get to see much of George Farmer until Robert Woods and Marquise Lee went to the league. You get what I'm saying? So for me, it benefits when it benefits you at a point in time. But then it also like now with this NIL stuff, man, I think you let a kid come in and ball because that's a product. You got to know how to sell that product. It don't matter if you keeping them close or not. We living in a different day and age now where they're not showing loyalty. You get what I'm saying? So if you're trying to prove a point, go ahead, coach. Leave them, like, keep them a year behind. And you get what I'm saying? You cool. So for me, like, if I was a coach, I wouldn't do that. I think it's a flag on the coach to do that to a kid. You know what I'm saying? Especially with the times we're living in now with NIL, and with the opportunity that could come from you being a freshman playing on the field. You get what I'm saying? Like, look at Ryan. What's his name? The number 4 from Ohio State, sophomore year, right?
Jeremiah
It's
Smith.
his sophomore season.
Mm-hmm.
Last year, as a freshman, went crazy. Sophomore season, look where he on the NCAA cover. So holding him back, he doesn't get on the cover. He doesn't get that NIL. He doesn't. Now your product, now your school is less revenue. You get what I'm saying? It's I don't know. It's just it's different pub for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and we living in a different day and age, and those are the type of things that bring in money. So I think it's a flag as a coach if you're holding a player back. Um, I think with today's day and age, yes, it's a flag. Back then, I don't think it's a flag.
Okay, so I think it's a flag, and I experienced this. Kevin Byers, who played for the Chicago Bears now, he was a freshman at Middle Tennessee when I was there as a senior. Now Kevin was balling as a freshman when he came in, and they redshirted him because we had 2 seniors ahead of him, and they thought he wasn't going to play. So I understand that, right? And now I still understand it because if I'm getting paid and you telling me I'm going to redshirt this year and I'm going to be the marquee player going next year, but this only has to be happening for me personally and for other kids if I'm getting paid. If I'm at a school where I can showcase why this is a flag, because if you're doing this at kids who are D2s, D3s, or FCS programs, and they not getting nothing, and you know they're the better player, but you're doing it for a coaching staff for you to look good next year, nah. Because the whole thing of the kids is to go up to the next level and show they can play. A lot of kids, it ain't about the money. They want to be able to play against top
Everybody want to
talent.
go D1.
They want to play top talent. And of course, if I can get paid for it as well, so now you holding me back because you being selfish, because you looking out for you as the coach, not in the best interest of the young athlete. That's why it's a flag. It's very unfortunate. A lot of people are doing this, and it needs to stop. You hurting these kids more than anything because the kids is thinking like, once again, you kind of the politics is different this time. You know they the better one, but it's because you got a selfish reason. Now you can say it's favor, but I'm saving you. You're not saving me. You're delaying what I got going on because anything off the field can happen in my life. You don't know what's going on in my life. Football could be an escape, and you taking that away from me because you think, oh, we're gonna save you for next year because we know, you're gonna be all this, all that. Just let people play. Let people play football. Stop doing all this other stuff, all this goofy stuff. Just let them play
Hey, and
football.
you know what would be the crazy thing about that? Them be the coaches that don't even be at the school that they told you to wait on next year. So
Yep.
while they holding you back at this position, now this coach leaving, you like, damn, I could have been just running around like a chicken with my head cut off.
I got 2 clients going who one have went through it and one is going through it right now. So y'all need to stop, man. Stop
Yeah.
this. Stop playing these games and let these young men play.
Oh yeah.
Or the
Side
athletes
note,
play.
man. Side note. Go where they want you. Go where they want you. Um, Man, I'm kind of heartbroken. One of the best kids that I coached last year. Um, yeah, he's one of my best kids. If you ask me, he's one of my he's like one of my favorite kids. That as far as hard work, um, grind, shows up on time all the time. He gets a scholarship to a university, and he's not even playing the position that he was. He's not playing it. He's not even getting. He's barely getting in. Is it his talent? No. Is it the situation we just talked about? Perhaps. Where a coach wants him to, kind of wait off and you've recruited other guys, but you know this guy is better than all your guys, but you still want those guys to play? Guys, you guys got to understand. If a college wants you and they're not offering you what you want, they're not offering you what you want because you're not there. When you get there, I guarantee you get everything that you want, man. All they have is film on you. All they have is one weekend with you. When you get up there and now they see your character, now they see how you are as a person, as a human being, man, they're gonna unleash that bag. So you guys gotta understand when you go on these visits and when you go into these schools and stuff like that, it's not about just going because my friend is there. My friend is in a good position. So no, your friend is in a good position because he's in a good position. You guys gotta understand that, man. So that's another thing about you guys. You have a voice for yourself, man. If you being held out, get the reasons why. You know what I'm saying? Get the reasons why you're being held out. Ask coaches. It's certain ways you can go about it, man. But at the end of the day, go where you are wanted. Go where you are wanted. How do you know you want it? You met every coach on the staff on a visit. If their presentation is good, then that's cool. But you meet every coach. You meet with your coaching staff. I just feel like um as you guys are taking these visits, you guys need to have a little more discernment. What is discernment? Just feeling for the right situations, feeling for the right scenarios that this is for you and things like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm not even gonna say feeling because I think it's asking the question. I'm coming from JUCO when I went on my business. Like I said, I went all of my business. I was by myself, so everybody was all the attention was towards me. But I was also asking questions because I already knew my coaches gave me the game. Hey, when you get up there, if you don't have your apartment, you don't need to go there because I'm not no freshman. You don't need to put me on campus. I don't need to be taken care of. I can operate myself. So these things I'm asking. Hey, coach, what's the housing situation? Oh, you gonna be in the dorms? I'm not gonna be in no dorms, coach. That's not me. Hey, I'm not gonna come here then. I'm letting you know right now. I'm setting the precedent right now. If NIL was in my time, I'm sure enough, I'm talking about money because that's what's going on. So you just need to ask, you need to understand, you're a hot commodity. School wants you for their program. And y'all need to understand that. And if you communicate this, y'all need to put it in writing now prior to you coming up there. Because, hey, you get up there, hey, it's time for me to go. It's time for me to go. It's time. I see y'all on the flip side. Take my talent somewhere else. That's why when you said you never took a visit up there, you went up there. But I don't know. I don't care if my mom and my dad up there coaching. I ain't going up there because I gotta like the city. I gotta like something.
I was coming for one thing and one thing only, and all I knew was Graves and Harris up here, and they both from Dina. So worst come to worst, I can go to their house. I could go. I'm older, so I'm not like I came in at 23, 22. I can go to their house and figure it out, and then
Yeah.
at least I'm hanging around somebody that understands where I'm from. So I didn't care about where I was. I got two people that understand where I'm from, and we all from the same area. So for me, it made sense in that aspect. Like, but hell no, I ain't going nowhere if I don't take no visit. And I tell my kids that, boy, you better take a visit. But this just for here, for me, it was just a lot of people don't believe in the spirit, and a lot of people don't have faith, and a lot of people don't know what I went through
Yeah,
to
your situation different. Yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. So for that, it was incredible that situation even happened like that. I turned a new leaf.
Yeah. We gotta talk about your situation, but we ain't gonna talk about it tonight. We gotta talk about it because it's a lot that went on, and people gotta hear your story about that.
Yeah.
So this is the last one, man. This is the last flag, man. This is gonna hit a lot of people, right? If you have kids, is it a flag or not to be smoking around them?
Cigarettes, weed, just smoking in general.
Weed,
Hookah,
hookah, all of it.
man, that is a flag if you smoking around your kids. I think it's a flag if you're smoking around your kids. I ain't got nothing else to say. Hell yeah, it's a flag. I've seen situations where I've seen situations where I've known some people's parents to smoke, but the kid don't know that their parents smoke. So it's amazing when you see situations like that because it's like, damn, I didn't know that it was as good at either hiding it or, you feel me, being respectful of this person not seeing them in that light. Um, I don't think you should be smoking around your kids. If your kids know you smoke, the only thing they should know is that you smell like something different. Why do you smell like that? I shouldn't see daddy or mommy smoking weed or any. No, I think that's a flag if you're smoking weed in front of your kids. Then again, you don't know what kids are thinking. So you don't know what's going through your child's mind while you smoking. You don't know if you become forgetful off that forgetful OG and you forget your stuff somewhere and now all of a sudden your kid want to try what you doing because they seen you doing it. A lot of kids, a lot more, if not some, majority kids do what they see.
Not what
So
they told.
hey, so if they rolling dollars up, acting like they smoking, or they start rolling papers up, acting like they smoking, that kid is high. That's just as good as being high, because he seen mommy or daddy doing it, and that intake is, oh, okay, so that's a flag on you.
Hey, not the baby with the contact already.
Come
Leaning.
on, man, the baby like.
Uh, yeah, man. This is a flag, man, and I know
You
everybody.
got kids. I don't have kids. That's the standard. You got to set that standard.
Yeah, I mean, for people, and I ask people. I never smoked a day in my life. Um, and I asked them like, "Do you want your kids to smoke?" And some of them like, "No, I don't have an issue with it." Some like, I don't. I'm like, well, if that's the case, why would you do that in front of them if you don't want to? I can understand if you don't mind them doing it. I know some parents who be like, man, they first opportunity of smoking is gonna be with me, which I understand to each his own, right? Because there's like I'd rather them do it with me than them being out and getting laced and stuff like that, which that has happened to teammates, and their lives has been altered because of that experience being laced and whatnot. But um, I just think that's as a role model and who you are as a person. If you teaching your kids to do things in a certain manner and you don't want it, I don't think you should do that. Once again, there's certain people, like you said, their parents don't know what they do, and they should keep it like that. Now, if you want to reveal it after a certain age, this is what I don't understand. We'll hide certain things, right? And I'm just bringing this up because I'm bringing up old days, but it's family members, it's people who cheating, and they got a neighbor across the street, and they saying, "Oh, that's your cousin or that's your friend," but that's really your stepbrother or stepsister. But you'll hide that, but you ain't gonna hide that you smoke. Like we pick and choose, and I'm not judging nobody. I'm just saying we pick and choose what we hide from individuals, and I'll fall short just like any person. So I'm not saying I'm like we
Man,
just
it's
got
the severity of being caught. But
yeah we just
it's the severity of being caught right there versus being caught in front of the kids. If you don't get caught in front of the police, I can run and tell anybody. You can run and tell anybody. Yes, it was an accident. You can fabricate that. Man, what? You get the other situation? Shit, right. You can't fabricate nothing over there.
so it's just I definitely and then especially all right. So this is I've been to multiple football games and events. I don't care what you do out in public, but now when you smoking at games and it's affecting the kids and the people at the game from watching the game because you smoking, you can't do that, bro. That's a flag, bro. That's a flag, especially when you at a high school game, Pop Warner game, and you smoking weed, bro. That's a flag, man. You
Hey,
because now
number one, what the hell is you smoking weed at these events for? And number two, I as you should get high and then go to the event. If you smell like it, so what? It could come from anywhere. You could make up anything. I don't know how to do laundry. I don't know how to. I don't have a cologne. I don't. I was. He was smoking. It wasn't even me. He was in the car. I was just sitting right there.
in the car.
Man, you could say anything. But when you now like just out in public, listen, don't nobody even want to ask you what the hell are you doing? Because they looking at you, seeing what you're doing, but they just
Exactly.
wondering like, why the hell are you? That's like drinking at a baby shower. That's the shit that I hate. I hate when parents bring another parent a bottle to a baby shower as a gift. Nigga, what? What the hell is going on? Why are you bringing this parent a bottle for having a baby?
Because they know they about to go through it. They know.
Hey, look, bro, I ain't with that. Don't bring me no bottle to no baby shower, and don't be smoking in front of your kids. Straight
Yeah.
out, that's a flag. That's a flag. That is a flag, bro. Like that is a flag. That is a flag.
Yeah, man.
That's the
Definitely.
flag of the night, man. That's the flag of the night. We're gonna end it like that, man, because I don't think you should be smoking in front of your kids. I don't think that's something that, you know. But then again, it's like, what are you teaching them? What do you want to teach them? What do you want them exposed to? Now, how are you smoking around your kids? You smoking around your kids' clothes? Now they get in trouble when they go to school for smelling like weed. Now we got to check your 7, 11-year-old backpack because he coming in here smelling like this or that. But then you going to go off on the kid when they get caught from the principal and they say he smells like.
Or they not getting their schoolwork because they are smoking. They focus on that more than anything. Can't focus.
Hey, man, coming up, they always used to tell me, man, get out of here. You will never hit my stuff. Get out of here. They used to, you already, you are not, you're not about to hit this, bro. You're not about to hit this, bro. Who do you, I will slap the hell, bro. Are you know who it is. I don't got to say no names. We don't gotta say no names. Every time I came around, they telling me, get out of here, bro. Get out of here, bro. You ain't we're not doing that. So I mean, for me, that's how it was. They didn't want to see me. They didn't want to see me smoking, bro. At least my older, I call them my older homies, my older inspirational, you know, my older inspirational group, my guys who inspire me to continue doing things that I'm doing. So, man, put it down. It ain't that important. Put the kids to sleep. Go have your fun. Just be a lot more responsible, man. We don't want our kids exposed to everything. Oh, if that's the case, we ain't gonna go there. We might bring it to y'all next week, man. But be careful what y'all showing y'all kids though, man, because it's certain stuff that you won't show your kids, but it's certain stuff that your kids are going to see on their own. How do you control that? Coming back with y'all, man. We got Flag on the Culture coming back at y'all next week, man. Coach Squirm, Coach Ike, man. We hope y'all had a good night, man. We hope y'all, you know, we gave y'all some hot topics. We hope we gave y'all some fire for the desire, man.
Yeah, bro. That's a wrap for the night, man. Much love, Aaron. Talk to you, man. Y'all have a
Talk
good
to
night.
you, man. Have a good one. God bless, brother.
Yes, sir.